We're here tonight for the Event 2 finals.
Look at this for a shot.
Oh, that's a touch or two, I reckon.
Wow, well, that's a big-time drive.
Oh, touch up to keep them alive. That is one almighty comeback. Could not have executed that any better. Oh, he threads the needle there, gets a touch up, but it all comes down to this. And he's just stolen it. This is just bowls of the highest quality.
Welcome to the UBC, the world's richest bowling event. Over the next 8 weeks, we'll bring to you highlights of players from around the world as we showcase events 2 and 3 that were recently held at the Moama Bowling Club in New South Wales in Australia. Today we bring you qualifying finals 1 and 2 where 4 teams battled it out for their spot in the semi-finals. To introduce the teams and see how they made it here, it's over to our commentary team, Sam Hargraves and Chris Green.
Nestled in on the New South Wales side of the mighty Murray River, magnificent Moama, the home of the Moama Bowling Club, and that is the home of the second of 2 2022 UBC events. It is bowls like you've never seen it before. Greenie, this event's got off to a magnificent start. Event 1, run and won, and Team Exodus were victorious at Moama Green.
Look, Event 1 was phenomenal. Exodus, we saw in April them just getting into gear, but I'll tell you what, they're full charge now. Event 1 in this quarterfinal, semi-final and the final, just dominant displays. Quarterfinal, they defeated Dandenong 87-48, then the point 85-26 in the semi-final, and then the final, it was neck and neck until about the 3rd, 4th end, but a bit of Aaron Sheriff magic on the 4th end. The boys consolidated on the 5th and walked away with a $50,000 winner's cheque.
All right, let's have a look at where the Section A standings have seen us get to before we get into the finals. Streaky Bay and Moama top 2. Why is it so important, Greenie, to be top 2?
Yeah, Streaky Bay and Moama, through their hard work in the sectional play, coming 1st and 2nd, they dodged a bullet, missed out in the prelim, straight through to the quarterfinals, as we'll see them in action tonight. Section B, well, no surprise. Exodus and Whittlesea, they finished top 2. They will be through the quarterfinals.
Right, this is the business end now. Let's get our quarterfinal teams. The first match underway. Introduce us to the Streaky Bay Sharks, please, Greenie.
Yeah, Ben Twist, a Commonwealth Games silver medalist from the just recent Com Games. CODY Packer, Australian Jackaroo, he hails from WA. And then we've got Darren Weir, he's a former junior Scottish representative. So that is your Streaky Bay Sharks. Darren Weir, Ben Twist and CODY Packer. And they'll be ready to go tonight.
As we welcome the lads out onto the rink.
Yeah, they topped their section, so that's courtesy of that. They went straight through the quarterfinals.
And their opponents, one of the teams to beat, full of superstars, the Warilla Gorillas.
Yeah, one of the most talked about teams. Aaron T's young Australian Jackaroo and one of his best mates, Corey Wedlock, also an Australian Jackaroo. And then teaming up with King Henry, big Jeremy Henry, multiple world champion. So what a lineup that is. Warilla Gorillas, Corey Wedlock, Aaron T's and Jeremy Henry.
They were the winners of the Ultimate Team Award at our first UBC week earlier in the year in April at Club Dandenong. Won 2 out of the 3 events and at times looked unbeatable.
Yeah, and it was the 2 boys as well. Like you'd imagine if you've got a multiple world champion in your side, you'd have him, but he was sitting on the bank the whole time. And I think you'll see the same here. The boys just get along, all 3 of them get along, but I mean, just Tees and Corey, once they get on a roll, they are hard to beat.
CODY Packer, 27 international appearances as a Jackaroo for the West Australian. His club is Osborne Park. His wife Hayley, also a bowler.
Yeah, you see a lot of that in bowls, especially at the top level. You see a lot of the wives, if they haven't played before, and even on the other side of things, some of the husbands they'll be playing. So some of the ladies who play on the Australian side, they get their partners into it as well, and then their young kids.
Here's the first offering, and is that, so close to a toucher off the very first bowl from CODY Packer. Nice start.
Yeah, great start there for the Streaky Bay Sharks and CODY Packer. Who will be the first to apply a little bit of scoreboard pressure? As we know, every bowl has the opportunity to do so. All you can do is get your toucher and you'll be 3 points.
Corey Wedlock just hanging one a little out the back. Now CODY again on the forehand.
Yeah, that side of the rink too, Sam, it's probably been favoured by most of the players in Event 1 and in Event 2. Just a little bit kinder. The other side, which is the corporate side, great opening bowls here, Cody Packer. The other side's just a little bit tighter, so you have a little bit more weight there and it seems to sail past a bit.
He likes to push the pace, does Corey Wedlock, doesn't waste a whole lot of time. Steps up and gets moving. Oh, yeah. Might almost have shot there, but that's as close as it gets between those two.
Yeah, great correction there.
How's your eye?
Well, the beauty for us is it actually tells us. So first, second and third, so just above the scoreboard. So for all the viewers out there.
I was asking how your eye is, Greenie.
Oh, well, you've seen, I've actually been to Specsavers since the April event.
Good job.
Yep.
And I should have gone to Specsavers. Keeping on top of your eye health is our turf. So Arilla, hole 1. And that's worth 10 points. If you're just introducing yourself to UBC, the Ultimate Bowls Championship for the first time.
You won't be happy with that one, Sam. You had the
No.
chance there to trail the jack or even land the orange bowl. And it just fell short.
Get a little touch and get inside and almost get the toucher on the jack. That is magnificent from Corey Wedlock. And they will change it over now. So holding first and third. And now that 3 points you see go on the score is because they've got the lead shot at the changeover.
Yeah,
And they've been putting up bulk points. So Event 1, Greenie, you spoke about the fact that they were getting over 80 on the regular.
Yes. So 70 is pretty much a pass mark from, if you look at the average from all the games of the years of the UBC, 70 is pretty much a pass mark. So if you get to 70, you're going to win more games than you lose.
So Ben Tees, Com Games silver medalist in the triples. And we got an early touch. Yes, we do. So 3 points to Streaky Bay for that one. Ben Twist on the button straight away.
He's found this TV rink really well. It's a little bit different to the other green where most of the sectional games are played. But with all the matches he has played on the TV rink, he's been probably one of the most consistent players on it.
From plays his bowls at St John's Park. There's Ben Twist. This is Aaron Tees. A bit of pace on that as he's trying to find his range.
And that's that side of the rink I was talking about, Sam. Just a little bit tighter, so it hasn't got much bend in it.
114 international appearances as a Jackaroo for Ben Twist. Again, his family heavily involved. Father, uncle, aunt, all bowled. Looking to come in on the backhand. Yeah, giving that a lot of green.
Yeah, just a bit of cover there, Sam. You've got first and third. Don't really want to fatten the target up. As I said, Teesy's very good with his weighted shots, and I think that's what we'll see here. Forehand, big weight.
Streaky Bay got first and third shot here, though. On the drive is Tees. That wasn't the result he was looking for.
The only good news about that is it clears the front bowl, so he can see an open draw in there now.
Now that's sportsmanship right there from Aaron Tees. Or what was it? I don't think he meant to take it away from Ben Twist. I love the story about Ben Twist, that he still says the greatest achievement in his bowls career is winning the Australian Champion of Champion pairs with his dad.
Yeah, it's pretty special.
So his final bowl of this first end. 5 ends. Has it got enough on this? No, it won't, but they'll still claim first and third at this stage with one to come from Aaron Tees. So what's the play here?
Yeah, just confident draw down on his backhand. That was the beauty with his last runner, that he did clear that front blue one. So it's just open it up. Just be looking to get another one in there. If you can draw the jack himself, it's all good.
This is looking good. Oh, just slides past. He wanted just a little kiss, the one on the outside. So Streaky Bay will get the first. They'll share the third, and Rilla with the second shot. And I'll just have a little measure here, Greenie.
Yeah, and the beauty too, if you're watching from wherever you are, you'll see the number 3 on the scoreboard there above the team scores, and that's half blue and half orange. So if you ever see that in a match, it's just a marker indicating that it is a measure. It goes the way of Warilla Gorillas though.
So nice and tight after the first end, 13-11. Streaky Bay with an early lead.
Well, I'm here with Aaron and Corey from Warilla Gorillas, and both of you boys have got very impressive resumes when it comes to bowls. Aaron, let's start with you, and if you can just elaborate and tell the viewers you have represented Australia in bowls, and talk to us about what that means and what you've achieved.
Yeah, look, obviously growing up as a kid, the goal's always put on the green and gold and represent your country. So I've done that just over 150 times now, luckily, and won a couple of good things, and yeah, that means the world. You know, like to tick off that goal's pretty important, pretty cool.
And Corey, you're also one of our country's top bowlers. What does it mean for you to represent the country?
Yeah, it's a childhood dream. Obviously, you always dream of playing for your country, and yeah, lucky to play close to 150 games too. So yeah, pretty fortunate. I was pretty happy just to play one, so yeah, pretty fortunate to play 150.
Now, Aaron, what is it that you like about the UBC format in comparison to traditional lawn bowls?
Oh, it's just really good fun. You know, it's only 5 ends, so it's, you know, nice, short, fast. It's really good for like spectators. You're nearly always in it, you know, like unless you drop a couple of Alderman ends, you can be 20 something behind and still have a chance. So it's pretty cool. It's fun that way.
And Corey, what's the key to winning UBC?
I think obviously starting well, and yeah, obviously as many touches as you can, and put the opposition under the pump straight away. But yeah, it's just obviously always reaching to that jack. You're not going to get a toucher with a short bowl, so just up and at them.
You're watching event 2 of the UBC here at the Moama Bowling Club, and it is the first preliminary final. We've jumped ahead a little in this match. Let's head back to our commentators, Sam Hargraves and Chris Green.
Yeah, just a 5-point buffer now, 43-38. And there's our rules update. So 5 ends, 30-second shot clock. You can get a timeout as well if you need, and that's the scoring. On screen, CODY Packer straight into it. So they outscored Warilla 16-11 in that end, Streaky Bay, but not enough to reclaim the lead. There's the opener from CODY Packer, Corey Wedlock. Now going in on the forehand here, Greenie. And this is going to be a toucher. They just might have given the assist, or they might have held shot there too. Lead out to 8.
Yeah, Streaky Bay's just got to hang in here. As we saw with Tees early on, only takes one big bowl, so CODY keeps chucking him in the area, and it could be Twist who delivers for the Streaky Bay Sharks.
Packer not able to change the order of things. He's gone 2 in a row here. Oh, yes.
Yeah, big shot there by Corey. That's the big thing about the leads too, when they are attacking in that sort of way, Sam, because it takes away those shorter bowls now. So pretty much the 2 blue and the 1 orange, they're out of play. And takes the makes it a little bit harder for the opponents to get touches as well. So they now lead by 11 points.
It's a game high lead too, Greenie.
Apia shot clock down to just 12 there.
Apia, brought to you by Apia, Australia's go-to insurance retirees. Apia get set, go. On the drive here from Packer, took out 1. So they'll have 2nd and 3rd.
Yeah, I think that's better. Yep.
Streaky Bay.
So there will be a further 3 points coming up here for Warilla for the league crossover. Just ever so slowly they're increasing that margin.
Yeah, making it difficult with an end to play, although, oh no, that's nicely done. So 1st and 2nd they'll have, and a measure for 3rd. And they'll get an extra 3 points for the lead at the crossover. So, yeah, biggest lead of the game now is 14. Halfway through the penultimate end of this quarterfinal. So the pressure on Ben Twist, home game silver medalist in Birmingham. With Carl Healy and Barry Lester. This is looking like some coverage. Oh, does it hang on? Yep.
Yeah, Teasy's just going to try and jam some in here. If they can get an ultimate end, they'll be very hard to beat.
So explain the ultimate end for us, Greenie.
Yeah, so that's first, second and third. It's 18 points. Wonder if we'll see Twist run here, running for the jack. I mean, the two bowls coming in, it's almost on the draw. So if he's playing perfect draw weight, crashes on one.
So some big decisions.
Yes, he is playing weight in his forehand, looking for the jack, gets a bowl
and a toucher.
Jack. And you see that blue bowl at the bottom of the screen there, Jack? That's about to be the shot bowl, because when the jack goes out of bounds, it gets respot on the tee.
Oh, that's a big time drive from Ben Twist.
So as you see that respot there. The good news for the Gorillas, though, is that's the only blue bowl in the area. So,
yep,
with Tees having last bowl, we could see an attacking shot if he doesn't get the shot out of this one himself.
Oh, how does it sit? How does it sit? Just a replay of that weighted shot from Ben Twist. Margin is back to 11.
Needs to draw second or third.
He does, because that won't be enough.
Yeah, it's only biting into the margin by 2 there. Well,
yep.
I'm aiming 10, and because Warilla would still claim 8 points with second and third.
But if you can get it back to a manageable amount with an end to play, well, then they're still right in this quarterfinal, the Streaky Bay Sharks. Cody Packer willing this in, willing it in. Is that enough for second? It'll need to be measured, you feel. The margin's very tight.
So with that being close, Tees will just draw down now. If he draws a shot, if he happens to grab a toucher, if you can get a toucher here and get the shot, goes a long way towards them winning this quarterfinal number 1.
Tell you what, he's given this every opportunity. Oh,
he's done it. Yes,
just when you think
the shot.
You're right back in it, Aaron Tees just plants one. Well, it looked like they were right back in contention, the Streaky Bay Sharks, and now they've got to contend with a 19-point margin as we head to the final end of this first quarterfinal.
The hard thing here, 19 points, is not only is it 19, it's going to probably increase because you're bound to see a toucher from Corey or from Teasy.
They picked up 22 points in that end, Warilla. A couple of touches from Corey WEDLOCK, and then Aaron Tees giving them shot of the last bowl of the end. Oh, that's very nicely weighted, just a little narrow.
In a good area, though. And I think that's sort of 2 feet past the jack. Because as we've already seen tonight in the first 4 ends of UBC action, the jack has a tendency to move around a bit. Oh, it just misses the edge of the jack there. They would have loved to have grabbed a cheeky little 3 points.
They need something And they need it quickly, Streaky Bay. Well, they'll pick up 3 here at the moment.
I'd love this to be a toucher.
Yep.
Get that margin back to 13.
A toucher and they need to keep that lead shot. As he's got the legs. Not quite.
Short bowls makes it hard to be getting those ultimate ends.
Margin back to 16. Now it comes down to Aaron T. Aaron T's on the left there, just picking up his bowl for the Warilla Gorillas. He uses the Henselite. Henselite bowl's a choice of Australia's Commonwealth Games gold medalist. And the Henselite bowl in your hand, you can be confident you'll be always at your best. Find your set of perfect set of Henselite bowls at henselite.com or at your local bowls retailer.
Well, the door is still just open. Bit of room here for Twisty. He's got to try and get a toucher with one of these first 2 bowls.
Yeah, they've got to start trying to put pressure back on Warilla. Oh, he might have it here. Yes. Oh, you called it, Greenie. And Ben Twist delivered it. Margin now 13 points. And at the moment, they've got first and second, so if that'd give them 15 points.
Look at this sort of shot for Aaron Tees. How good. How good.
They still will hang on to first, though, Streaky Bay.
And as you see with that jack moving, all those bowls short of the jack now, they're either blocking the way in or they're not coming in at all. So when you're trailing and trying to make points and shots, it makes it very hard.
Can he introduce bowl to jack again?
He's got to get past his own, but he's not going to.
It's looking more and more a difficult proposition for Streaky Bay.
Yeah, really going to have to try and manufacture something. I'm sure what Tees will do here. Well, he's trying to get the shot.
Oh, wow.
By more.
Well, that's why he's one of the best in the business. All the skill on full display from Aaron Tees. You could not have asked for that to be executed any better. Get the touch-up, get the 3 points, get yourself first and second shot and essentially shut the door. What's the play here for Twist?
Hit and hope.
Hit and hope.
The old hit and hope shot. Throw it down there and hope something bounces around.
That's where hope won't win out on this occasion. This Warilla lineup just continues to rack up wins and to rack up big scores, and they get one here. And they'll go through to the semi-finals at the expense of the Streaky Bay Sharks. Aaron Tees is downstairs with Jamie Rogers.
Yeah, he certainly is. Well, first team through to the semi-finals. How does it feel?
Yeah, it's pretty nice to get over that hurdle. I mean, they were unbelievable this event, so to knock them off's pretty fair.
Now, you were pretty sensational yourself. That was a fantastic shot at the end there, but also throughout you got your team into a 10-point lead, and it just goes to show how important each end can be throughout each match.
Oh, yeah, every bowl's huge. Like, when you're skipping, you nearly got a chance to make 21 the last bowl a few times, you know, like, it's such an important event to try and not spoon a few, you know, like, you got to be on your game every bowl, yeah.
Now, you don't know who your opponent is just yet, but how are you going to prepare for the semis?
Oh, I don't know. They're all going to be hard. It doesn't really matter who you play. You're going to have to be at your best. So just Keep doing what we're doing.
Well, Aaron, congratulations and good luck in the next round.
Yeah, done.
An 83-55 victory. The scoreboard didn't really do justice to how well Streaky Bay played.
Yes, as you see, Warilla's come all the way through the prelims. Streaky Bay topped their section and now they're out. And Whittlesea and North Queensland. So Whittlesea second in their section, and they'll be playing against the North Queensland Roos, who accounted for Moama Black in the prelims.
The atmosphere is certainly building here at the UBC. We'll be back shortly. Welcome back to the Ultimate Bowls Championship here at Moama Bowling Club, and we've seen one team progress through to the semi-finals of Event 2. Let's see who their competitor's going to be.
All right, let's introduce the teams for quarter-final 2, starting with the Whittlesea Eagles.
Yeah, great to see these guys in. Look, multiple Australian Champion singles and 2019 World Champion Lee Schreiner. Blake Nairn, he's won multiple WA titles. And Ben Winther, he's a former Victorian rep, so a very strong side here for the Eagles. The Whittlesea Eagles, Blake Nairn, Benny Winther and Lee Schreiner.
One of the most popular teams at Club Dandenong. We'll introduce in just a moment. But these guys, Lee Schreiner, one of the Golden Touch winners of Event 1. We saw a little earlier. He and Aaron Sheriff sharing the spoils there.
He's got the golden hair for the Golden Touch.
Absolutely, and always sharply done is Lee Schreiner. And these guys are one of the most popular outfits at Club Dandenong earlier the year in April. Greenie, the North Queensland Roos.
Yeah, Shannon McIlroy, current New Zealand star and world champion. Brett Wilkie, former Jackaroo and world champion. But the big man, Damien McGee, he was the April Ultimate Week MVP. As you can see the smile on his face there. Brett Wilkie, Big Damo McGee and Shannon McIlroy, the North Queensland Aussie Cool Roos.
Yes, there he goes. Damien McGee. Crowd love him.
Yeah, well, the big thing here too, Sam, is Shannon and Brett have been brought back into this side.
Yep.
So 2 world champions have been brought back. So they expect big things because Damo, they did pretty well, as you said, in April. Benny Winther here. So he'll be leading up for the Eagles. Lee Schreiner skipping and Shannon McIlroy, New Zealand star. He'll be leading up for the Aussie Cool Roos with Brett Wilkie.
So quarterfinal 2 underway. Ben Winther, runner-up in the Oz Open pairs. Vic State squad member as well. What does Benny bring to the table for you, Greenie?
I think much like a lot of the successful sides in their leads, he's just sticking at lead and just putting the platform there. As he said in the interview there, he's just going to load the head. Just keep loading the head and let Leroy play the big shots. And I think what you'll see is a number of the teams who go a long way in these events, that's the idea of the leads. They're happy to do that. Just keep chucking them in there and just let the skip do the business.
I think I incorrectly called him Blake too, so apologies to Ben.
Yeah, Ben's got a couple more tats on his arm there. He's got a few.
So just finding their range on this first end. A couple of looseners for Ben Winther. This is Shannon McIlroy. You mentioned world champ in the singles in 2016, same year, bronze in the pairs. So knows how to get the job done in the big occasions.
This for a correction. So he's the first player to find it. It's incredible too. A lot of the world's best singles players are really good with the UBC, especially leading up, because it is almost like a singles game. They're just leading up 3 bowls instead of 4. And then at sort of the back end, so the third bowl of each end, they can be playing those shots if needed.
So that'll be good for second for Whittlesea. Shannon making sure that they clinch the 3 points on offer for having the lead shot at the crossover. Oh, yep. Couple right on the money there. So lead shot with the 3 points at the changeover, and they've got first and second at the moment, the North Queensland Roos. Brett Wilkie, who you spoke about a little earlier from Club Helensvale, former Jackaroo Greenie.
Yeah, one of the best. I think they were calling him Pops this week because he's getting a little bit older, but he's still got it. Oh, Whizzer.
Speaking of having it, Lee Schreiner, absolutely.
And on cue, here you go. So.
Oh, threads the needle and gets the touch up. First bowl claims their first 3 points for Whittlesea.
Oh, no surprise why he got the golden touch in the first event. I won't tell you who got the golden touch for event 2 because that'll be announced after the final. But event 1, the winners had 29 touches. This player, I won't say gentleman or lady, look at this for a shot.
Oh, wow. Brett Wilkie responding with a toucher of his own as it just hangs on to the edge.
So they've raised the bar and gone to 38. The winner of event 2 has 38 touches.
Goodness me. So the full test of the skill at long range here. Ben Wimper likes it.
Yeah, look at that control there, Jack. If the ball falls in the ditch, well, it's just removed. So that's a really close second shot. Just that weight control. As we see a replay of Brett Wilkie's toucher. He'd love to duplicate it. I'll replicate the toucher. Where is he? He's
Oh, you're kidding me. Brett Wilkie, bang, bang.
Well, this is some start to quarterfinal number 2. Bit of a smile on his face there, Whizzer. He's certainly still got it. 2 touches out of 2 in this quarterfinal. There'll be no more touches this end. Once the jack is in the ditch, there can be no more touches, so there'll be no more of those scores.
Is Brett Wilkie still the CEO of Bowls Queensland?
Correct, yeah.
Now just looking to try and almost do the impossible.
The beauty here for Wiz is his first bowl's a toucher, which is on there, so he can actually land that into the ditch and it still counts. He's just got to stay up himself. Seems to be in the area. Pretty handy line.
Well, he's locked in. Is Brett Wilkie. This is the aerial shot.
Just going to fall in, but 2 stunning
What an
bowls
end.
there.
What a first end for the North Queensland Roos, and automatically Whittlesea right on the back foot.
All right, Lee, it's rapid fire time. We've got 60 seconds. I'm going to ask you questions.
Yeah.
And just throw at me whatever comes to your mind.
Okay.
You ready?
Yep.
Time starts now. What's your favourite movie?
Oh, geez. Da Vinci Code.
Favourite band?
Well, my favourite artist is Roy Orbison. Favourite band would probably be Powderfinger.
Do you prefer cats or dogs?
Definitely cats.
Is cereal soup?
I don't eat it. Cereal or soup.
Which bowler has the best celebration?
Best celebration. Oh, it's got to be disco.
Which player do you never want to come up against?
Lots. How about we say a good old nemesis, Todd Simmons.
And briefly describe what's the key to winning UBC.
Play well, bit of luck, lots of touches.
What's your catch cry?
My catch cry, go Eagles.
If your team had a motto, what would it be? Probably that, go Eagles.
Soaring like an eagle.
Who has a strange warm-up technique?
Barry Lester.
And one word to describe UBC.
Fun.
Well, thank you so much, Lee, for your time, and good luck for the rest of the tournament.
Thanks very much.
Welcome back to the Ultimate Bowls Championship, where we're getting to the pointy end. Let's see who's going to reach the semi-finals.
They were trailing 24-6 at the end of the first, and now they've got a 4-point lead at the end of the third.
How quickly it all can change.
Oh, that's very close for Ben Winther. Shannon McIlroy here. All the pressure back on North Queensland. The last two ends for Whittlesey, 19 and then 22 in the second.
Yeah, the Roos need Shannon just to turn it up a notch here and definitely be reaching the jack. Need to start scoring some touches. When he gets past that front bowl, he's pretty good here. Well, his weight was good. He got a little bit of luck off the orange bowl, but his weight was always handy. If he missed it, he was going to finish in a really good spot anyway. Left of screen there, beanbags, and the beanbags out. Ringside.
Yes, we need to be comfortable. A lot of our lawn bowlers more built for comfort than speed. Oh, that's oh so close to first.
Yeah, I think we'll see a change here. And Winther, I think we'll see him try and play that shot now. If he can draw the toucher around the corner, not only does he get 3 points, but he covers it up himself.
Just watching that ball come out of the release, and there is just no wobble on that at all. Oh, it just didn't come enough.
Huge effort.
Yep. Are there players, Greeny, that you look to, the way in which the release, and you look at the style and the delivery that you tend to be drawn to more than others?
Yeah, there's some interesting ones, but I mean, you look at
toucher here, no, but oh, it almost fell in for a toucher, but fell in for first. It's a nice delivery, and at the end of the first half of the fourth end, they'll get a much-needed few points from that Shannon McIlroy delivery. 3 points going for the lead shot at the crossover, so they're just back within one now, North Queensland.
well, our good mate Bazza, left-hander. He's just nice and silky smooth.
Yep.
Aaron Sheriff, he always looks good.
Yep.
Looks like he's just gliding along. But that's the important thing. If their delivery's the same every time, it allows them to correct, and that's why they're such good players. Ones with really good deliveries, allows them to correct.
So interesting little head being set up here. You can sort of still come through the front door, perhaps, Greeny.
Yeah, absolutely. Just drawing down through there. So on the forehand, you get to the second blue. So you're drawing underneath that front blue there to the one on the wing.
Now, for those who are tuning in for the first time, they'd be pretty keen to know how Com Games gold medalist Aaron Wilson's been going with Deer Park Chargers. They're not in this event final. That's exactly what Brett Wilkie was trying to do, but just couldn't get it to pull up.
Yeah, they just missed out. They were one win out of reaching the finals. They've just been juggling a lot with their lineup. So J-By Norris, young J-By Norris at Deer Park, and then obviously one of the other best bowlers in the world, Paul Foster. They've just been juggling a bit with their lineup, so haven't found top gear yet. Lee Schrainer here, can he get it onto the...
Yep.
Does get it onto the shot bowl, but a bit of the jack. So no toucher because he's promoted that blue bowl onto the jack.
Ah, right.
But it's the Roos who will still be holding shot.
And so that would have been his fourth toucher of this quarter-final. Paul Foster from Scotland, who you mentioned, the 5-time world indoor singles champion, so they've got a very impressive lineup. Brett Wilkie here. They've got shot. They're trailing by 1. They might have just done themselves out of first.
Yeah, it's quite a big result too. Because the way it was, if they were to hold first shot, they actually would have moved into the lead after this end.
Yep.
But, the way it lies now, they'll still be trailing. Well, there is one bowl remaining for Schrainer and one for Wilkie. Speaking of touches, has Wilkie got one since his first two? He went 2 from 2. I think
Yes, he has. Did he get one in the last end?
Last end?
I've written it down, but I could be wrong. Just a bit of a security blanket out the back there for Lee Schrainer.
So what we see here from Wilkie, him and Shannon still discussing. No, they're right to go now. Shot clock would be close to reaching single figures.
So last one here for Brett Wilkie.
He's just got to wiggle in here. He can get underneath there and skill for third shot. I think he does.
Close. It'll be very, very close.
It's a big help if he has.
He'll need a measure.
No, they're going to say that's the way it is. So that's a big help. It's still just the margin, 3 points, but it's Whittlesea leading 57-54, heading into this fifth and final end of quarterfinal number 2.
So going down to the wire, this could all be levelled up at the crossover.
The big thing here too, Sam, is the Roos have last bowl. So they'll be able to see it all unfold in front of them.
So how important is that for you, Greenie, when it comes down to this format of bowling?
Yeah, look, I think it's really important because you've got all the bowls down there, you know what's going on, especially last end, so you can really have a look at what the margin is. There's no bowls to come after you, so that's pretty much going to be the margin that's set.
Well, you're the master of your own destiny then, aren't you?
Correct. And look at this.
This is the exact start. That's the exact start that North Queensland needed, and Shannon McIlroy provided it. A toucher to level it up, and first shot. That's his third toucher of this quarterfinal for Shannon McIlroy.
So they'd be happy with how that sits too. The important thing is now that blue bowl, that last one, that's the one to get to. And that's what we'll see with Brett Wilkie. Yep, that's the one to get to. Get to that blue bowl.
So this is going down to the wire in N5 of the second quarterfinal of Event 2 of our second UBC competition in 2022. Mighty Moama Bowling Club. Shannon McIlroy just sliding that one past. There's the APIA shot clock. APIA is Australia's go-to insurance for retirees. APIA get set go. Ben Winther. Won't be happy with that one, I don't think, Greenie.
No, not at all. Look, even if he wasn't to get shot there, he just would have loved to disturb it, open up more room there. So 57 apiece, but that's soon to change in the favour for North Queensland because they will get 3 points for the lead crossover. And that's more like it for Shannon McIlroy. Jump on and then you get 2 behind.
Yep. So they're back in front now with lead shot, 3 points. And that's the margin, but they've got first and second. So the swings and roundabouts of this style of bowls makes it so exciting and so much fun, Greenie.
Yeah, you're jumping side and side, you know. It's almost like a tennis match. You just one side of the net to the other, and that's where the points are going. So Lee would love to just change this up. Gets to the orange bowl. He's a bowl on the head, so he'd be fine with that. Zoned in.
Brett Wilkie now, though, something to aim at if he can plant it there. And it might be a question for those at home, Greenie, but if he is able to connect with his orange bowl, not that he's going to, coming on the backhand there, and knock that into the jack. Now, that's not a toucher, though, is it?
No. So you've got to, it's got to be the bowl in running touch the jack.
So a chance to play the Warilla Gorillas in the semi-final on the line for both these teams. Oh, he's not happy about that the moment it left the hand, Lee Schreiner.
So although it's a pretty handy bowl in being just a foot away, it's sort of blocked it up a bit. And once again, it's a short bowl. So that's what he'd be most annoyed about.
Well, that's going to pull up well short from Brett Wilkie. So it's going to come down.
So I'd say they might take their time out here. Yes, they have. So they've taken their time out to have a quick think about things.
So you get a 30-second time out here thanks to Apia, Greenie, and we'll just watch the boys work their way through this.
I reckon that's the shot. So the bowl that he was looking for underneath, he needs to get one of those blues onto the left-hand side of the shot bowl, and that gets stuck on the other orange one. So removes the two bowls because he needs first and second shot, or first and third. First and second, or first and third. That's what he's looking for.
And this is what we talked about. When your destiny's in your own hands, it all comes down to this. For Whittlesea, a spot in the semi-finals in the hands of Lee Schreiner.
He's in the area. Oh, he's just peeled it a bit too solid. And that'll be it. Brett Wilkie will not be required to play his last bowl. Once again, one of the teams that didn't qualify in Event 1 are through to the semi-finals.
Yeah, well, they picked up 19 points in that final end, North Queensland. They led 24-6, incredible fight back by Whittlesea. They were leading by 3 going into the final end, and North Queensland just found another gear. So let's get down to ringside. Jamie Rogers is with the great Brett Wilkie.
I certainly am, guys. Well, Brett, congratulations, first of all. But your match just showed why UBC is so fun to watch, because that went down to the wire after you guys got off to a really big lead.
Yeah, it was a great game. Both teams played really well, and down to the wire, pretty exciting stuff, but glad to get away with the win and looking forward to the next game.
And the crowd was certainly behind you. Does that lift you up a little bit when you hear everyone roaring with every single ball that you do?
Yeah, it makes a difference. Great to get the crowd involved, and a lot of good shots gets the crowd involved, which is great for the game.
Now you're facing Warilla next. What are your thoughts so far?
They're a good side, so yeah, if we can get a good start, we'll be right in the mix.
Thank you, Jamie, and big thanks to Brett. And there we go, North Queensland into the semi-final. They'll take on the Warilla Gorillas. But a 73-62 win. So we're seeing some pretty high scores in the opening couple of quarterfinals.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it's just all the touches. So all those touches combining is seeing those scores skyrocket up there. But it'll be interesting here. Will we see the side that's come through the preliminaries in the New Lynn Kiwis, or will it be the Event 1 runners-up, Moama Green, who progressed through to the semi-final stages?
We've had some outstanding bowling action today at the Moama Bowling Club, and it's certainly going to set up for a great semi-final. Next week, we'll bring you 2 more preliminary finals for them to progress through to the semi-finals and battle it out for that title of UBC champion. I'm Jamie Rogers. We'll see you next week.
The UBC is proudly supported by Specsavers, Apia, Audica, Henselite, Ryman Healthcare, Sports Centre and the Moama Bowling Club.